Hello everyone, and in this video we will implement Jetpack Navigation component with bottom navigation view. So let's go ahead and create a project, and for now create an empty activity, give it a name. I'm gonna call it navigation example, and make sure Kotlin is selected and click finish. This will go ahead and create an empty project for us. Now the project has been created. Let's go ahead and add some dependencies. So I'm gonna bring up my Google Chrome, and this is the URL. I will put it in the description. So this is the official documentation of the navigation component. And now we need to add first this navigation version. Let's go copy it and put it inside your app or module build.gradle file. So right here, just paste it. And now let's get back. And now we have two options, the Java implementation and the Kotlin. Let's go ahead and copy the Kotlin version dependencies and paste it inside our dependencies. So now synchronize the project. Once that is done, now let's go to the documentation again, and the first step is to create a navigation graph. A navigation graph is kind of file that you would see all the screens that you have in your application, and of course screens are called destination inside the navigation graph. And of course you can create these actions and this action to navigate from one screen to another. So the first step is to create a navigation graph. So now let's get back to Android Studio, go to resources, and from here right click new, choose Android resource file, and from the resources type next to navigation is selected and call it nav_graph and click OK, and this will create an empty navigation graph for us. As you can see, we have this text. Click the plus icon to add destination, so we can click right here and create a new destination, and the destinations will be of type fragment. So select blank fragment and click next and give it a name to be home fragment and click finish, and this will create a home fragment for us. And as you can see, this will be the home destination because it has this kind of home icon, as you can see from here. So now let's go ahead and create another destination, create new destination, select a blank fragment, and for example now let's have, for example, events fragment and click finish, and this will go ahead and create another fragment right here, events fragment, home fragments. Let's create the third destination, and this third destination will also be a fragment, and let's call it, for example, notification fragment and click finish. So now we have three destinations or three fragments. This is the home destination, then we have the events, and we have the notification. For now we will not implement this kind of navigation, that is navigation with actions and arguments and this kind of stuff. We will implement the bottom navigation view. Let's go to main activity and open up activity underscore main.xml, and inside activity main get rid of that text view, and from here let's first search for nav host fragment, and this nav host fragment will be the container for all of our fragments. So this will be the container, drag it and drop it, and as you can see, it already found the navigation graph file that we just created. You can select it and hit OK. From here, make sure to select 0dp, 0dp or match constraint. Let's go ahead and constrain it to the top, to the bottom, to the left, and to the right. Now we have the nav host frag, and another thing we want to add is the bottom navigation view. Select this element, drag it and drop it inside our layout file, and let's go to the split design right here. And now as you can see, we have the bottom navigation. Let's change the height to be 65 dp and the width to be 0 dp or match constraint. So let's match the constraint it to the right, to the left, to the right, and to the bottom. Now, as you can see, the fragment right here, the bottom, or the map host fragment, is behind this bottom navigation, so it takes the whole screen. But we want the bottom navigation view to be accessible at all time. So to make this thing easier, switch to split, and make sure that is constrained always to the parent. Make sure it's written correctly. So let's constrain this navigation container to be at the top of the bottom navigation view. So now, as you can see, they are not overlapping. Both of them will be visual. Now the next step is, let's go ahead to the fragments and clear some boilerplate code, because we will not use all of this. So this is the event fragment. Go to the home fragment again, delete all those to-dos and this boilerplate code, because we will not use it right now. And then we have the notification fragment, also do the same thing, delete it except the onCreate view. So now let's go ahead and change a little bit about the design, so we can see a difference when we navigate between them. So this is the event. Select the text view, and from here change it to events. Okay, then change the text appearance to be display 4, make it display 3, make it display 3. So now we have the events. Let's do the same for the home. Select it, select the text view and change it to be home, and then navigate or go to text appearance and change it to display 3, and then fragment notification. Select this text view, and from here change it to notification and change the text appearance to be display 3. From here, resources, new, and select Android resource file. From here, select menu, and let's call it nav menu for now, and click OK. So let's go ahead, drag and drop 3 items from the palette right here to the layout file. Let's switch to the split, and this will be the home, this will be events, and this will be notifications. So now each of those need an icon. And let's go and right click on new and choose vector asset. We will create an asset from the Android Assist Studio. Choose vector asset, select the clip art and search for home. Select the home icon, click OK, click next, and click finish. Right click new vector asset again, and from here choose event, click OK, next, finish, and let's create the third one, vector asset. From here, click here and search for notification and choose this bell icon, next, finish. So now we have those 3 icons. Let's specify an icon for each icon, and it will be add drawable, will be home, and the next thing we will have an icon and it will be event, and the last thing is an icon for the notification. So now we have those 3 icons. We have this menu file is created. Let's go to our main activity and open up the activity underscore main.xml, split, and from here we can specify the menu for the bottom navigation. From here, specify menu and select add menu nav menu, and as you can see, we have the preview right here. We have the home, the events, and the notification, and the selected icon will be filled. So we have the bottom navigation. Let's give those things a proper ID. So this is bottom navigation view, and this is the fragment, and we need one more thing. Make sure that in your navigation graph and navigation menu, let's switch to code, you must have the same ID. So for example, for the item that is home, its ID must be home underscore fragment. Okay, so this is very important. And for the events, we have events fragment. Those IDs should be the same right here. Events, and then we have the notification fragment, and then we have the ID notification fragment. So we set all things up. Let's start wiring things in the main activity. To wire things up, let's go ahead and create a val navhost fragment, and it will equal to support fragment manager dot find view by id r.id fragment. Why we used support fragment manager? Because as you can see from here, it is a fragment. Okay, let's get back to the main activity. Of course, we need to cast it as navhost fragment, and then we will define the nav controller, and we can find it inside the navhost fragment nav controller. So now we have the navhost fragment in the controller. Let's go ahead and define the bottom navigation view, find view by id, bottom navigation view, and this id will be bottom navigation view. So it is the same ID right here, bottom navigation view. So we can use navigation UI dot setup with nav controller, and as you can see, this method right here takes a bottom navigation view. So we will pass in the bottom navigation view, and then we will pass in the nav controller. Let's start the application and see the result. Now as you can see, we are landing in the home fragment and it's selected. Let's switch to event, and as you can see, the layout file has been swapped with the fragment underscore events layout file, and then the notification, get back to home, and this kind of stuff. And as you can see, we have this nice ripple effect, and these icons looks great. So this is the end of the video, and this is the navigation example. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.